Hello, my lovely viewer, I am back once again with episode 5 of the American science fiction horror series, titled Stranger Thing. Watch the full video to find out the interesting part and please take care. As a disclaimer, this video includes my own analysis, commentary, and it's not a substitute of the full movie. Click the link below to watch, buy or rent the movie. Right in the beginning, we see Hopper going to Hawkins' laboratory. He is there to find the secret behind the lab. Or maybe he is there to find the connection between the will and the lab. In the hallway, he is caught by the two guards, but he throws punches at them, quickly grabs the card from there, and enters the restricted area. Inside, he finds the cell or so-called room of 11s. He sees the doll in the bedroom and a drawing on the wall, written Papa on it. This gives him an idea that lab is still doing an experiment on the children like they used to do years earlier. Meanwhile, in Mike's basement, Dustin reads the Veil of Shadows to Lucas and Mike. 11 tells them that the things have turned into upside down where Will is in his own house, but in another darker side, probably the mirror of ours. The boys are reading the story where there is a dark reflection or echo of our own world. The boys are relating their situation to the story. The boys plan to go to Upside Down to save their friend Will and ask 11 whether she can help or not. But 11 has no idea how to get there. Meanwhile, at the lab, Hopper somehow manages to reach the particular room where the monster is growing on the wall. He goes near the monster and touches the tissue of the monster. Suddenly he notices unusual activities. It is the monster who runs behind him. He follows and tries to find the monster. In the meantime, one of the lab employees injects him sedative shot in the neck. Suddenly, in the morning, the Hopper finds himself in his house, a beer bottle lying on the table. He knows that he was at the lab last night, and was not dreaming of it. He quickly begins to search his entire house for a bug. Guess what, he is right. He finds one hidden mic in the overhead light. Meanwhile, all are at Will's funeral. After the rituals, Nancy and Jonathan make a plan to find a Will. They first decide to look out first at the small portion of the town, then in the wood where they can find the hidden monster. After that, Jonathan breaks into his father's car and takes his gun. Shortly, the boys meet with the same science teacher and ask him about the shadow dimension. He tries to make the boys understand by using an example of an acrobat and a flea on a tight rope to explain. Boys understand that they cannot go upside down. They also ask if there is any way to get inside the upside down. Mr. Clark simply demonstrates with a pen and paper and adds that humans most have an enormous amount of power to break a hole in the dimension barrier. In this process, as it requires lots of energy, it would alter the gravity and magnetic forces, which causes noticeable effects like power outages all over the town. Meanwhile, in the basement, Dustin is holding a compass and moving around. He asks Lucas and Mike's compass to figure it out, and explains that there is an electromagnetic power source in the town that is enough to change the magnetic direction of the compass. And all the compasses on the table are showing a false north direction, which is solid proof for the boys. Dustin adds that if they follow the false north direction then they can reach the gate of Upside Down. 11 is listening to all their conversation. Though she wants to speak but cannot tell anything to boys because of her little speaking capacity. Back at Will's house, Joyce finds that Lonnie is planning to sue the owners of the quarry over Will's death. Joyce quickly realizes the reason why he is lingering there. He is there to quickly make some cash but is not concerned with finding out if Will is still alive. She quickly throws him out of her house. Then we cut to the scene where Jonathan is practicing to shoot the target. He misses the target. Nancy shows up. She turns out to be a perfect striker though she has never touched the gun. Meanwhile, the boys are in the middle of the wood and are following the train. 11 starts to behave weirdly and again she flashes back where she is calling Papa to Brenner. He asks her to go into the sealed water tank to spy on a Russian. Then the series shows us the present, where she asks Mike to turn back because she is tired. She might have felt the bad omen, as we can see it from her bleeding nose. Walking for hours, the boys realize that they have gone in a circle. Lucas accuses 11 of ruining the mission. Lucas is condemning her and blames her for using them for food and bed. Mike defends her. 11 accepts that she was manipulating the compass because it is dangerous for them and she doesn't want them to go there. In this process, a fight breaks out between Mike and Lucas. 11 tries to stop the fight, but in a panic she uses her powers to push Lucas away, smashing him into metal. He loses consciousness. Mike is angry with 11 and screams at her. Shortly, as Lucas gains consciousness, 11 runs away. In the next scene, we see Hopper visits Joyce's house. He quickly starts to check the Christmas light as his house was bugged and finds nothing. He tells her that he had gone to morgue to check the body and found the fake body of a Will. He also adds that she was right all the time and tells her that Will is still alive. Joyce is astounded and is happy to know that her son is still alive. Nancy and Jonathan are at the woods searching for Barb. Nancy suddenly hears some noise and finds an injured deer. They start to follow the blood mark on the ground and reach some strange place. They split up to look for it. Nancy discovers some strange hollow tree. She crawls inside the gooey. She finds herself in a strange place, a replica of the same jungle. The monster is eating the same deer which was injured. Jonathan doesn't find Nancy around and looks around. He is in the same trees but couldn't see the mystery hole. The hole slowly starts to disappear. The episode ends here. Until then, subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like and comment to support the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.